Email the show anytime at rad@radradio.com.
Why didn't we just have Bob do that live? I mean, he's sitting
That would have been awesome.
sitting right here. Oh, don't do it. You'll charge me for it.
No, that'd be an extra. Really?
We got this email first from Ben.
Hi, Ben.
We were talking about during the pressure cooker, Kyle doesn't know who Boy George or the Culture Club is. And at one point he said he wasn't born then. Well, Ben makes an excellent point. Says Kyle can't use that excuse that he wasn't born when Boy George was popular because KISS was formed in 1973, long before Kyle was born. That's a lame excuse.
I don't care. It's still an excuse, and I'm sticking with it.
That's our Kyle.
Boy.
So, Engineer Bob, welcome.
Damn glad to be here.
By the way, you
Rob.
hear that? That's one of the things you're here to fix. Because I know you're hearing in your headphones that your microphone doesn't sound quite right.
Okay.
Yeah, see?
Well, we will have a look.
Yeah, see? Do you see how the channels are a little bit off? In fact, we were talking about during the pressure cooker the difference between what do you need? Is your volume not up enough, or
Yeah.
do you have the right button? You designed
No,
the
I got
studio.
it.
Okay.
I didn't want to hear myself this early.
See, Bob. Yeah, I like that we're doing this on the air because there's something that's going on with this particular microphone that it's coming through more clear on one channel. I think the right channel, and it's usually when we mess with the slider on the board that it kind of rectifies itself, or it will just do it on its own. And so I've done the whole thing of jiggling the buttons on the processor because dust builds up there. That didn't necessarily fix the issue. So I even swapped out the microphone with a brand new microphone. It's still doing it.
Sounds like it might be downstream from the microphone here,
Yeah.
but
This is riveting.
Downstream.
But by the way,
What does that mean?
when you talk, Brandon's right. The right channel is the hotter channel.
Really?
Is the more clear one.
Turn to page 299 in your TV guide.
oh boy.
TV guide.
During
What's that?
during the pressure cooker, during Jokes from the Maggots, one of the questions was, my mom taught me not to stereotype, so now I only type with one hand, which is fine. But
I get it.
But yeah, I get it. But
Humor.
but yeah, humor is one thing, but it's a factually incorrect joke because people, as you taught me in college, people confuse stereo and mono with one channel, two channel. People think that those two things are the same. And they're not.
They're not the same?
They're not. You're the engineer.
He's asking you.
It's been a while. I mean,
He's retired from that.
I know it's been a while because prior to our last segment, Jokes from the Maggot, you're standing in the doorway with like 30 seconds where I have to go on the air. I'm like, do you forget we have to close the door and I have to broadcast now? And you're the one that was such a drill sergeant about the studio door being closed when
Exactly.
the mic's on. Yeah, now you don't care.
well, it's been a while.
Wait, that's what happens. You were a lot more strict in the beginning days. You've loosened up a lot.
Yeah,
Rob,
you wore a
as the years
suit
have
last
gone
time
on.
I was here.
Yeah,
so.
but you still there's still certain you don't broadcast with the doors open.
And now we just wear our birthday suits.
You have a studio at your house.
I know. Was I supposed to bring a joke? I have a joke.
Oh, God.
good. Okay.
Oh no.
Yay.
Okay.
2 peanuts were walking in a rough neighborhood. One was assaulted.
Very
All right.
Is that it?
I paid the ferryman. I'm good.
By the way, are you charging me for being on the air right now?
No, I
No.
figured I drove up just for fun. And maybe at 10 o'clock we'll start.
How was the drive from the gay area?
Bay
That was a
Area.
suck fest.
Party.
Not that kind of suck fest.
Oh.
Is it just the typical
Yeah.
commute traffic?
Yeah, wreck in Fairfield. So
Are you?
that was great.
The last time I think we talked to you was on the phone during lockdown, and you pointed out that you've been preparing your entire life for
Yeah.
social distancing.
Good at it?
Are you upset that the world's reopening and now there's more socializing?
The problem is, I've now started to venture out into public, and the issue is the public is there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It's the nerve.
They're everywhere.
yeah. And all my excuses that, over the years were bad. Sorry, I can't go to see your sick uncle in the hospital because I don't feel like it. Now, I was righteous for a year. I can't go to your birthday party. I'm sorry. It's the right thing to do.
Right. It's dangerous.
Right.
And now, I've had the vaccine, so
Fully vaccinated.
yes,
Yeah.
I would not be sitting in this cesspool of decadence if I wasn't vaccinated.
I really enjoyed when we were setting this up because I pointed out to you at the time. I said, not sure when any of us will be eligible for the vaccine, and I'm
Yeah.
not going to order anyone on the team to be
Right.
vaccinated. And you wrote back and you said that you would wait until you were fully vaccinated because then you're
Right.
safe. And then you made all sorts of disparaging remarks about how dirty and gross we are as human beings. That was was very
No, I just said after I'm all vaccinated up, I'll be able to party like a drunken frat Texas party.
And
I don't care.
I think people hearing you that you are a party animal at this point in your
You know how
life.
it is,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're looking to really get out and do the Batuzzi.
That's a no.
Did you your wife who's far too good for you. You're still married, right?
Yes.
Okay, I don't want to make you.
I could have been uncomfortable.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't occur to me. I should have double checked on that. She's far better than you and younger and more social. How is she handled?
She's not social either.
Oh! So she has adopted
She's
your.
your. That's what that was one of the things that brought us together. We're both horribly asocial.
But see, in my experience, and maybe this is because I know you so well from because it's not like I'm claiming that I'm a social butterfly in any way.
Right.
Is she's much more? She tries much harder to be
right. She has
bubbly and nice, and
Exactly.
whereas you don't even put forth an effort.
No, she puts on the face of being sociable and all of that. What a hassle.
So when you were standing in the open doorway when I was trying to get ready to broadcast, you were nice enough to tell me that you basically have nothing to share and nothing to talk about, which I appreciate.
I have no material.
Yeah, it's not your job. That's mine. You taught me to handle that. So because I always know we can always fall back on stupid stories from the old days if we have to.
Right.
But you did then mention something about was it a seedy hotel?
Well, yeah. I figure if I'm on the show, you've run completely out of content.
Look. I'm gonna give you a break on the open door thing and what Dawn's alluding to in this sense. It's not the amount of content. It's that I've been doing this for 30 years, which how old does that make you? And I'm just getting lazier. It's like I can kill an entire segment by just putting Bob in the chair.
I love it. It's so fun to watch.
And you and I haven't seen a lot of each other, so we can just tell stories for 15 minutes, and it's like, cool, I didn't have to. I slept in today. I didn't get up till 3:15.
Right, yeah. I figured, I'm sitting here. The sound you hear is the bottom of the barrel being scraped. I thought when Brando asked me, I thought, what, the lunchroom custodian's not available to be on your show? Or they're going to bring me in and...
Oh, man, that's how I felt when Brandon asked me to be on his podcast. I'm like, damn, you have run out of people. This is like, you are desperate.
We should have Napu on one day, or Nahu. What's our custodian?
Nahu.
Yeah.
We should have Nahu.
I think he's outsourced. There's a bunch of new people. Like cleaning our like literally, I walked in over the weekend. The weekend last week, and there's just cleaners that I'd never seen before. Like, do you even work here?
That's all right.
What are you doing
Hey,
here?
they're still doing the job, and he's still billing me. So what's this great story you brought with this?
That's not great. I said it's the only thing that's happening. It's not even a good story. But
I mean, everybody lean forward. And
Yeah. No, I got a call from a friend of mine at CBS, excellent voiceover coach and producer extraordinaire, the guy that's in charge of their promos down there, TV promos.
So these are the things that get voiced that advertise other shows on CBS.
Yes, promos for CBS, and it's
the
a
TV part, because there is no radio part anymore.
Right. Yeah, and it's not like you and I know where you say go in the production studio and make a promo, and you come out a half hour later and you have a great thing about whatever. Who cares? Irrelevant.
Last man standing.
It's irrelevant to the
Fox.
story. But these guys, they have, it's dozens and dozens of people that make promos. They make a QuickTime movie that's a temp promo. They have all kinds of stages of approval. And my good friend David, I should call him David because that's his name. Well, I was going to protect his identity, and then I called him David.
Well,
so.
I mean, there's a lot of those in the world. I have an
Yeah.
Uncle David, so now they're going to compete between those two.
Okay. Anyway, he says, come down, if I would be willing to fly down to CBS Television City. Nice place. Just steeped in history. Really a nice offer.
Is this in the middle of quarantine, or where?
No,
are
this is just before.
Oh, before.
Before. Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's
it was
the whole
okay.
story.
No, I wouldn't have gone. I would have, not getting on a plane.
Especially the LA because we should point out Bob's high risk because he's very elderly.
Oh.
So.
No, I just got the shots because I have connections.
Me too.
Okay, well, good.
Sheesh.
No, you've been vaccinated, have you?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, I feel better about that.
As has Kyle and Queenie, and we've all shared it on the air.
Oh, okay.
I just haven't.
I should listen.
And Brandon, you're still waiting, right?
Days away.
You're in
I'm
the queue.
actually getting it in days.
There you go. So now we violated all HIPAA laws,
I'm waiting and waiting until I don't have to.
or
Okay.
until she gets
Do it.
COVID and dies.
Right, yeah, exactly. And then I'll do it.
Yeah.
She's waiting for herd immunity.
Dawn gets into the hospital and says, "Okay, I'll take the vaccine," as they're putting the ventilator over her.
Right. All right.
Oh my
Bring it on.
Oh, sorry. Was that too shock jockey for you? Did you train me better than that?
No. I didn't, and I just enjoyed the wacky part of the last segment. So
Can you believe? After 30, we've talked about this on the air. After 30 years, after dominating for 22 in Reno and Sacramento and everything else that we're doing, we're actually now probably our most popular daily segment is we just read jokes that are sent in by listeners.
I never thought that would happen. Ever in my whole career that we would be doing jokes.
You would have kicked me out of college if I would have done that as a regular segment.
Well, I couldn't hear the on-air feed, but I hope you completed the audio picture and had the honking horns and the wacky applause.
Rim shots.
There you go.
We got those things. We got. There's one
That's
of your favorites.
the wacky DJ package.
And I come to Rob 10 years ago. Hey, let's do jokes. Get out of here. You're fired.
You actually had a connection in this one.
Yes.
You actually had that made for us.
That's a concert trombonist.
All right, so you're in LA. This is pre-COVID.
I didn't go. I hadn't gone yet. I needed a hotel room. The way they work this thing, and I won't bore you with all the exciting details of how promos are made. But
why can't you just do this from your studio at home?
no, you can. But it was an invitation to go.
You wanted
meet
to see the
people,
building.
Oh, you wanted. That's right. You want to see.
Oh yeah, this is my one time I left the studio and went out into the glaring sunlight. And, but no, you can. That's the idea. Once you know people, you can do it. But they do this work at night, and then they have to have it by midnight or so. They have to have all the promos satellited back to New York. So my meeting with the people was at like 5:30, between 5:30 and midnight. So I flew down, got a hotel. I found a place right across the street from Television City. It was great. And when I told David, he said, "Oh," and he's a native Angelino. He said, "Well, that place is better now." I said, "Well, what? I mean, this is right across the street from your place."
And it didn't look dilapidated or anything.
No, it was a nice place, but apparently earlier in its life, it was just a straight up no-tell motel. And the thing is, even though it was nice, they do a nod back to that by having certain rooms that are called like they literally have a room called the no-tell room. So I'm like, oh, what have I done? Anyway, everything goes well at CBS. I sit in I'm recording promos in the studio where all the greats have recorded, and I said, this is where I belong. This is my home. CBS quickly disabused me of that notion and said, get out. Well, at least give it some thought. But so I go back to the room at midnight. We have a bunch of beers over at the farmer's market, and I go back to the room.
What?
It's right there. The famous.
Oh yes, I love that
Fairfax. Fairfax. It's famous.
Kids.
And they have a little exit that goes right out to there, so you can.
That place has been there forever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. History. LA history, man.
Yep.
So I get back to the room, and the room is fine, except apparently I'm just below one of their no-tell rooms. Oh. And there's stuff going on that, I mean...
What kind of stuff?
That's stuff that people have never heard.
Since you're a fan of the old-school sound effects, I'm always ready.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what was going on, but I heard a lot of screaming. It was very positive female feedback. So
feedback, that's bad for an audio engineer.
Yeah, I'm like, well, there's nobody sleeping tonight, so I got up and just headed back to the airport early. Yep. Yeah, and there were sounds that didn't even make sense that went along with this.
Really? Like plungers?
Cans, I'm like, what is happening? They got to get tired sooner or later.
Oh, is that person crying?
Sounds like childbirth.
It wasn't a murder. Yeah. It was a horse murder.
I thought he was going to say he stayed at that one hotel on Netflix in LA.
Money shot.
It's like an old school hotel. They have like hauntings. It's been around forever. What's the name of that damn place?
This is what it's like to do radio with her still. Radio charades.
Love it.
Dawn.
Someone, you saw it on Netflix.
So you didn't blacklight your room after all of
Oh,
that?
God.
No. I tell you what it is, but you never know when you need a place like that.
Well, I think if I would have known that story, I would have tried to encourage you more over the last year, because I'm sure you got COVID and something far worse while you were in that hotel.
Well,
We got a couple of emails here.
yeah.
RAD@radradio.com. This one says, no name, it says, I love Engineer Bob, such a golden voice. The hatred for humankind and deadpan humor makes my day.
Got that.
Thanks for teaching Rob all your wisdom and being such a key part of the show.
Well, that's very nice.
So, by the way, did you not actually get anything out of this visit to CBS? Did they really just tell you suck, go home?
They said get out.
Damn.
No, who knows? Who knows what'll come of it? But they have a roster
What'll
of
come of
regulars.
it? It was over a year ago.
How long does it take?
Everybody's been in lockdown, so maybe they'll wake up and say,
Oh, you're clinging to
"Oh
that.
yeah."
You're like
Still
that.
voice and stuff.
I'm using COVID for everything.
You're the desperate girl who keeps thinking he's gonna call.
Yeah, he's gonna call. They're gonna call back. Right.
This is from Brian. Ugh. Says your engineer has the best voice. Anyone in the midst of a panic attack should have a CD, very hip, ready to throw on with this guy just talking.
Yes.
You ever-
Settle down.
You ever thought of just doing calming, just calming spoken word things?
Guided
Well,
meditation.
not till just now, but
Yeah, see?
the money in it. Obviously, I'm not going to CBS.
We can have you just record soothing things like that, and we can put the ocean behind it, and
What is he saying?
Very nice.
he said like calm or settle down or things like that, but in a soothing way, not the condescending way.
It's like a guided meditation.
And by putting the sound effects beneath it, I meant exactly what Brandon was doing. We'll do the sound effects with our mouth.
Problem is, I'll lose patience eventually and say, "Just man up." God damn it! I can't last in that
We can
that
just
mode long enough.
loop you a little.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
true.
Hello, Holly. Good morning.
Oh, God.
Hi, anybody.
Hey.
Hi.
Morning.
Dawn, it's the Cecil Hotel.
Yes.
And it was a really good Netflix show.
Yes, it
Good.
was.
Thank God.
you.
Yes, we were all
Hauntings and murders.
not going
and
anywhere until we
just
got the name.
terribleness.
Oh my.
We got this question from Dimitri.
Hey, Dimitri.
Hey Bob, has the Rad Show ever called you and you had to drive to the studio for something stupid, like a button is stuck or something was unplugged?
Why do you think he's here?
Yeah, well, since it's like 150 miles, it's not cost effective or time effective. So Brando usually has to work on it, and I try to talk to him on the phone about it.
Well, I know in the beginning it was like even like FaceTiming, like Brandon's like actually showing you.
Yeah.
Talk like that.
Sometimes I do when I'm looking for Bob for advice.
But that hasn't happened in a long time because you've got Brandon so well trained.
Yeah, he's an excellent
We bring
engineer.
you up for these big time tune-ups,
Right.
Which I'm sure Brandon's still going to do most of the work.
Did you hear that? He just called me an
Hopefully.
engineer. That should come with a pay raise.
Yeah, he called you.
I
an
know.
Engineer. I didn't.
Engineer called me engineer.
Yeah, I've got an engineer. He's over here.
Oh.
Is that what he puts it under the invoice? Big time tuna.
I'll let you know when I get it. It'll be a big one, I'm
Who,
sure.
by the way,
Yes.
not all the time. It's very inconsistent, and I'm a pro, so I just pass by it.
Oh well, la-di-da.
It'll get kind of what's that word? Staticky in my ears, and then I just kind of wiggle the wire a little, and it stops. But it's not consistent, so I don't know if it's worth going over. He just grunted
What is that
and shook
look?
his head no.
What does that look?
Yeah, they'll do that.
It'll do that?
Yeah.
Do your guys do that? Oh, I'm
Sometimes.
sorry. I have been in this building and in broadcasting for a million years, and it has never happened to me until now.
That's my
I'm
new
just
approach to
saying.
everything.
I mean,
Mr. Simpson, the fumes are making me faint. Yeah, they'll do that.
see, I thought you were going to go with the answer that I was going to give her was it's not our equipment, it's yours. It's the headphones, it's the cord. Because that's
Yeah.
always a good answer too.
No,
Yeah, if you have to
this
wiggle
is
it.
fabulous and expensive.
Well, it's the
So's my Corvette, but it could break down.
mantra of engineering is operator error. It's
always.
got to be operator
Always.
error.
It is not operator error, but you know what? I'm a pro, so I'll work through it when it happens.
And I know that the indignant response by the talent when you say that only fuels your desire to help her solve her problem.
Y'all are being pig men. You're not even taking me seriously because I'm a woman with boobs.
What?
That's all it is.
Isn't that great? Isn't that?
Yeah.
Don't you love it when they jump to that?
That's unnecessary.
I know for a fact you would respond that way to any gender, even
Right.
even a non-gender, even a binary person. You would.
Even a boobless woman.
Yes.
It's like doesn't matter.
That's unnecessary.
And what are those headphones? You don't have real headphones.
No. God, no.
I knew you were going to
I've
shame her.
upgraded to earbuds.
Is it a can on a string you have there?
Look at how cool these are. They're
They're
American
fancy.
flags.
Oh, they are. They're very nice.
We got this question from Andrew.
Hi, Andrew.
It says, Bob, I'm not sure if this is under your particular expertise, but do you know of anything I can use from a hardware store like Lowe's or Home Depot that I can use to soundproof a booth? Living room is always loud when I try to record anything, and I need ways to minimize this.
At Lowe's,
Or Home Depot.
they have some in-wall treatment, or you can do what you guys did here, or just go to a musician's friend and buy, I think it's Oralex. It looks like giant egg crates, and nail them to your wall. Everyone will love it.
Oh yeah, that's great advice. But the letter writer is asking just for like the quick DIY trick, and I think that you kind of nailed it towards the end there, Bob. Is just go get some egg crate foam pads and just use a staple gun and just put that on your walls.
Oh, classy.
Yeah.
Some duct tape somewhere in there.
Cora wrote in and said, listening about Bob and his wife sounds like you're perfectly describing my husband and I. She's much younger, both asocial, but she's better at faking it. Yeah, okay. I think he meant wife and I don't know what that was. Jenny says we need more Bob in our lives.
Yeah.
And David says, I love Engineer Bob. He's like if Mike Rowe and Eeyore had a baby.
Right. I'll give him that. Yeah.
On that note, anything else you wanted to share with us, Bob?
I don't think
Okay,
so.
good. You have work
That's
to
everything.
do. Yeah, why don't you get to it?
Yeah, get to my headphones.
No, this is the part of the show where I go back to doing radio, which you've forgotten. So remain quiet while I promote this contest, please.
Will do.
It's time for the pandemic bailout. Play every morning at 7, 8, and 9 a.m. We're going to play Master Movies right now, get you qualified. This has been the best thing about quarantine. You'll love this as a radio guy. We have spent a year doing contests because it was the only way to not talk about depressing crap like COVID, right?
Yeah.
So you got to keep contests in there. So we've been a year giving away nothing. They literally win nothing, which I'm violating every rule of radio, but there's nothing open. There's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do.
But they still play.
Right. Oh, endlessly. Because they're qualified for a chance.
That's okay.
So you get qualified for like 2 months,
Lot
and
of
then,
hoops.
then we do grand prize drawings to actually win stuff, in this case cash, because what else is there?
But hey, as long as people wait 30 days, they can qualify more than once.
Yeah, see, there's that trick too.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah.
So get your name in there.
Very
30
exciting.
days.
We're going to play Master of Movies, get you qualified for your share of $10,000
It
cash.
looks like what has happened to you.
Read the fine print, people. You're not getting anything.
The rules are posted at radradio.com, by the way. And hey, you'll love this, Bob. You'll love this. The grand prize winner gets $6,900. Get it? Get it?
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that great?
That's pretty.
Little shock jockey.
Yep.
Gotta
Very
stay
creative.
with that. We're going to give you a hint. Do you understand how this game works, bro? So we're going to give them a hint. And then we're going to play a famous movie clip. And they have to tell us the movie it's from. Huh?
And they get nothing for this.
Right.
All right. Well, that's
But
Attaboy.
it does stay under the rules that you taught me. It's fun to listen to even if you're not on the phone.
you're not supposed to tell them that they're not getting anything.
Well, but they're not. There's nothing to give
I guess it's
them.
full disclosure. You got to tell
They're
them.
getting a chance to win
But we are qualifying them for something.
if they win.
mean, we're
for
not
the
even-
chance at something.
We're not even giving them a piece of gum.
No.
This is way too hard to follow.
What kind of budget do you think I have around here to go out and buy a bunch of gum and then I got to ship it to them?
Costs more to send it.
Right. Like $7.50 to mail it to them?
I think legally you're not allowed to give anybody anything they can ingest
Oh,
anymore, right?
see, then there's that.
yeah.
When somebody chokes on their gum, we get sued. Happens all the time. Caller 18 guesses first, then 19 and 20. And if none of you know the title, you're going to love this part. Droplets everywhere and no winner.
We need a winner.
And topical, right? Droplets.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah.
Because I used to actually do that with my tongue, but that became unsanitary during COVID time.
Right,
So now we have
hello.
a sound effect.
Unsafe
Very nice.
for me.
Phone number's 888
Medically considerate.
989 9811. We'll play Master Movies right now.